Alright, I get it. I was supposed to do Uncharted, but guess what, Dingleberry? Uncharted is 50 flippin' bucks, and you can kiss my censored if you think I'm gonna fork over that kind of cash for anything that doesn't have Sonic the Hedgehog on the cover. And besides, Haste was on sale, so we're doing this instead.
Not to mention the fact that Uncharted is over 100 gigabytes.
Oh, what? You got a problem with it? What are you gonna do? Catch me? I'm fast as frick, boy! Hey, fellas! On today's episode of games that Sonic the Hedgehog desperately needs to copy off the homework of, we have Haste. I hope you don't care about the story because it doesn't exist. All that matters is the gameplay! And as per the background footage, as you can see, the gameplay is immaculate! Dare I say, magnificent! I thought Neon White captured the essence of speed perfectly in its gameplay. I have never been so happy to be wrong. You feel so weightless in this game, and it's amazing. It's like that one scene from Sonic X when he was racing the speed team.
Maybe this place isn't so bad.
The controls are tight and well crafted. You never feel out of control of your character as you're going a crap billion miles an hour across any terrain. The obstacles are practically afterthoughts. You have such tight control over your character that threading the needle is just par for the course in this game. I mean, look at this move. Look at that. Give me a slow-mo replay of what just happened. This is Ultra Instincts levels of control. Look at this. Straight through, don't even bat an eye, don't even break a sweat. Things like this just happened all the time. It's par for the course. Oh, is that not good enough for you? Let me give you another one on the same level. Boom, right through. No sweat. The euphoria you achieve by hitting all those perfect landings, building up your momentum as you're flying through a level, it's immaculate. Sonic the Hedgehog could only wish his levels were this cool. Speaking of perfect landings, observe the bar at the bottom of the screen. The better the landing you achieve, the higher the bar raises. And use that bar to activate your ability. There's 4 abilities to choose from. There's Surfboard, Slow Time, Grappling Hook, and Double Jump. Double Jump is the only one that matters. It just trivializes all the rest of them. There are also a couple of other little mini doodads you can get by buying them with shards you get from the levels, but they give only minor improvements to stats. They don't really matter too much to the gameplay. Your abilities, however, do give quite a bit of a difference. They can be bought with Dark Shards, which is also used to buy cosmetics and permanent upgrades from the Captain, which we will get into in a minute. Right before we talk about characters, let's talk about art style! Haste goes for a beautiful cel-shaded look. Everything has such a pop of color, and it's always super easy to tell what's in front of you and what you shouldn't run into. Each of the islands that you run across all look distinct in their own way. They all have their own little quirks and obstacles. They all look beautiful, and all the characters look great and distinct as well. My personal favorite island is the neon green looking one that I showed you earlier, followed very closely by the one with the big red shrooms.
Big old red ones.
Multiple times while I was editing this video, I just stopped editing and let the background video play because it was just so beautiful to look at and so neurodivergent triggering to watch. There's a reason a lot of people use this game as backgrounds for the YouTube shorts. I might start doing that myself, honestly. Everything is just so beautiful to look at, from the rings, to the shards, to the obstacles, to the ground, to the sky, to the characters. There is a small assortment of characters you come across throughout the game, but you barely spend enough time with them for them to really be all that meaningful. The main part of the game is just the gameplay, but the characters are here and they do have a little bit going for them. First on the list is the grandma, Daro, the wise old sage who speaks in riddles to teach lessons and whatnot. She's alright. And then we have the older sister, Naida. She's a kind of emo, distant type girl who's depressed or sad that she can't protect Zoe from what's happening to the world. Honestly, we don't spend a lot of time with her. We don't spend enough time with any of the characters, but we suffer. She suffers from it a lot more, honestly. And now we have Gon and Dalil. His job is to serve as the shop guy for getting you your miniature upgrades for each shard. He is technically the science guy, but he is just as confused as you are as to what is happening to the universe. Alright, now we're on to the big boys, the goats. First up, the captain. He starts off feeling like a stereotypical big ego but secretly a coward type character with a big history behind him. But it turns out his heart is twice as big as his ego. He is everything a man should strive to be. He's also the one that trains Zoe with the anti-sparks, so he gets extra bonus points for that. And last we have my personal favorite, Doraif, an enigma draped in cloak of blue. He speaks not with his words but with his heart, and he says a lot. He also likes butterflies. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Riza's here too. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea what his deal is. He's there. Alright, now let's talk about the last two characters and the story! I said earlier that the story doesn't exist, which isn't true, but it does feel that way. The main point of the game is obviously the gameplay, but a game should still have a good story to go with it. And there is a story, and it's just subpar. It's not told to you very well. It's about the end of the universe, and Zoe is traveling through dimensions, through portals, to try and save the universe from the agency and their machines. The agency is led by Ava. It's pretty easy to tell off the bat that the agency is not what it seems. Ava is not what she seems. The agency isn't just evil. They try and make it seem that way at first, but in reality, they're just trying to reset the universe to stop it from destroying itself. And your goal is to let the universe die so it can have a proper resetting instead of a forced reset by Ava. And the game is about grappling with the fact that the universe has been reset. You may not be the original you. You're grappling with the fact that the universe is ending. It's all done subparly, which is admittedly fine because, like I said, the main goal is the gameplay, but it holds it back from being a 10 out of 10 game. The game goes by very quick, so you don't have a lot of time to spend with all the characters to connect with them and really feel what they're feeling. And the story is told to you through text boxes with no voice acting, so I hope you like reading. Which is fine, you can make a good story with no speech and whatnot, but I think it really holds Haste back from being that 10 out of 10 game that it could have been if the story was just told that little bit better. It is still a very good game, the story just could have been told better. Other random crap that I couldn't fit into a particular section. The boss fights all vary a lot. Well, not too much, but they do vary a little bit. Jumper is kind of mid. You run at the robot, you smack into it, and then you run at the robot again. Snake, the one you just saw earlier, is kind of cringe. There's too much crap going on. You can barely... I think you're supposed to run on the snake's back, but it doesn't work out too well. The snake's moving too fast. The angles on the snake are dookie. And then there's Convoy. Convoy is absolutely based. We love Convoy. All me and my homies love Convoy. I don't care if it's the easiest one. It's the most based. It's got lots of lasers. I like lasers. Anyways, the final boss is just kind of poo-poo. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I do want to encourage you to play this game yourself, but the final boss is kind of poo-poo. It's super hard the first time, but the second you go back and like use a different upgrade, it's super duper easy and you beat it in like 30 seconds. It's kind of poo-poo, but it's not like, I don't know how else to put it. It's just kind of poo-poo. I said it earlier, but this game is one of the most ADHD-inducing games of all time. I love just like putting Milo Rossi, Minute Man on the other screen and just booting up this game and just having a time turning my brain off. You can actually hear him in some of the footage I recorded. It's hilarious.
Now, while they all have bird features, what you will notice is that they have about as many different bird features as is humanly possible. One of them has the head of a bird and no wings, one of them has the head of a human and wings, and one of them is dressed in a bird costume. You cannot tell me that that is enough evidence for you that all of our ancestors were connected to bird people. So this brings us to a very important theme through all of Philip's content that we need to talk about right off the bat. And we even get to learn a new vocab word. So everyone repeat after me, hyperdiffusion.
The hub world is very beautiful. It's just a place where you can run around, test out your abilities, and there's a lot of nooks and crannies that you can go into. Like, I managed to make it on the top of this giant statue. I wish there was more to do with this statue. I wish there was some kind of cool thing or some kind of trinket to find at the top, but there's just kind of a big statue of a random person. And there's a lot of other really cool nooks and crannies on the hub map that I would love to have explored. Like the underside of the giant tree. It is so cool. There's a bunch of little ruins scattered about, and there's this couple floating little diamonds sitting there. I wish there was something here to look at, something to collect, some kind of extra ability. It's a shame that there's so much in the hub world and just, at the same time, so little. Well, that's just about it for Haste Broken Worlds. It's a 7.5 out of 10 game. Wish there was a better story. Gameplay is dope as frick. And it's time to spin the wheel. I guess I'll just have to give an IOU to Uncharted. Well, maybe I'll get back to that in the future. I don't know. Isn't this game, like, really similar?